Scholars and Dragons is a mature college-age podcast. Please check the episode description for content warnings. Listener discretion is advised.
Oh, it's so nice to finally get away from the group and be in nature for once by myself. Oh, is this a rock? You know, maybe I can ponder on this rock for a bit. I'm just gonna sit down here.
Well, you broke?
Oh,
Yeah.
Who's that?
Where are you always going around just sitting on things?
Is that Gub?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Gub.
Gub, where have you been, dude?
I've been sitting on top of the caves in this garden here.
But you were literally in the limo with us, and you killed one of our friends.
I don't be doing anything like that. It was the cocaine one. You've been driving around.
I guess it was a cocaine Gwyn in the limo, but you just left. Why do you leave?
Because I didn't think I was welcome anymore. Just came up here and taking in the view, and just going around and looking at on top of the hill here, and looking at the garden and the leaves. And
okay. Well, that's nice to look at the environment, everything. I mean, that's why I'm here. But you're welcome to come back and join us at any point. I know you might feel a little outcasted. I know Gabriel died and things he's not doing all right.
Yeah, no, I've just been kind of staying away and going around from there because I just didn't want to be inside of a whole cave because, I've been turned into a rock here. It was turned into a rock, and I don't really want to be just surrounded by other rocks because now I've gotten kind of used to it. That's how I look, and I just don't want to be going around and looking at the whole environment just made out of me, and I just don't want to be inside myself.
Well, we're going to help you turn out of a rock eventually.
Maybe I just want to be a rock.
You want to be a rock?
Yeah, I found peace with myself.
Peace?
Yeah, that's been what's been going on. We're come up here on top of this hill, looking at the sunset down in the valley, looking over the field of dreams. We're being real nice, just kind of sitting up here. We've been going around looking at the butterflies and the little doves be coming around.
I haven't even noticed the small things. You know, Dr. Acula was telling me about these all-specs that we have, and she was telling me about Gusto and how I need to be more in line with commitment to the party. And I don't know, I feel like the only thing getting in my way at this point is alpha chromosome pi, because if I'm supposed to be so committed to party and religion, I feel like I need a new god.
Yeah, but sometimes, Brock, you gotta go stop from walking around and look at the big image, and sometimes you gotta stop and take a look at the small ones. You know, forest made out of trees, not the other way around, buddy.
Wait, what did you just say?
Forest is made out of the trees. Sometimes you got to look at the trees instead of the whole forest. Maybe if this whole time you've been looking up at the sky, looking at the off chromosome pi, just being you can come around and to talk to me, but then because they're not really around, you got to stop and look at the words right in front of you, and then small images are just kind of dancing all around you, and sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses.
You know, it's really hard to understand you sometimes, but I think I get what you're saying about all I've known is alpha chromosome pi. That was my fraternity back home, but maybe I need to look at what's around me here. This isn't Earth.
You know, it really is real here. There's all other deities and stuff that actually hold power, and maybe sometimes you just gotta move away and try something else that's been proven over here.
Proven? You know, I've always looked at alpha chromosome pi kind of as my god. Maybe I can idealize something here like a god?
But you know, Brock, why don't you just take a look around you right now? Go ahead, close your eyes.
Wait, take a look around?
Exactly. Brock, life is a wonderful thing. All around you, there's all kinds of things. There's all kind of different parts it plays. Because in this world, there's gods for everything. Go ahead, Brock, feel it. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to feel the sun on your face. I want you to feel the wind in your hair.
I'm going to close my eyes.
I want you to look at the roses on the ground in front of you.
Wait, I close my eyes? How am I supposed to see the roses?
Oh, Brock, you don't see the roses with your eyes. You see the roses with you.
What?
You have to feel them. You have to be in tune with what's around you. Because, Brock, what you've been doing this whole time is seeing. That's what you really need to do is looking.
Looking with my soul?
Looking everywhere, Brock. Because all around you. You've been looking for alpha chromosome pi. You've been looking for the big picture, but maybe what you need to do is slow down and look at the small ones. Maybe what you need to do is actually find the god that's sitting right in front of you the whole time. That's the one that you can go talk to.
You make a lot of sense, Gub.
I know I've been walking around for quite a long time, making sense of myself and my surroundings, because ever since becoming a rock, I've just been walking.
How long have you had time to think as a rock?
Oh, Brock, more time than you could use.
Do I need to become a rock myself and have time to think about things?
Brock, I think within you, there is a rock.
What? I've had the rock within me this whole time?
You just have to go out and find it.
You know what, Gub? I need to think about this more. You know, some of the greatest philosophers that I've heard about sit on rocks to think about things. Maybe if I sit on you and look at the sunset, maybe I can also become a philosopher and find the God, find the new alpha chromosome pi that I need.
You do it, Brock. That sounds like the perfect thing to do. We'll just be a couple of rocks looking at the sunset.
That's perfect. Hello and welcome to Scholars and Dragons, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast about 4 college students and a Flynn, our musical friend.
Well, but now we know he is a college student.
Our 5 college students and our magical friend Flynn.
He's one of the 5 college students.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It's like an additive, or not an additive, but
okay.
like, you don't have to restart.
Okay.
This is okay.
And 5 college students thrust into an epic journey where they must discover themselves before they lose themselves. My name is Stone Art, and I play Brock the Rock. Brock the Rock is the outrageous paladin worshiper of Alpha Chromosome Pi, who's a boisterous business major devoted to finding his all-spec gusto while pursuing a minor in mixing drinks and learning kinks. Any new kinks today?
What about true love?
Oh,
True love. I guess that kind of is a kink because it's more scarce nowadays, isn't it?
Wow.
dang.
All right.
Aren't you in a relationship, Stone?
And
Yeah.
you gotta
Scarce
work
doesn't mean
hard
it doesn't
to get that.
exist.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Good for you,
Stone.
Stone.
And Brock's Scholar is that... Okay, so we have roads and sidewalks, but... okay, listen.
We do.
Sometimes our infrastructure does not accommodate for the quickest route. And so sometimes people will kind of create their own paths.
I love this.
So they'll start walking over dirt or something, and it naturally like creates a path. Like it becomes a
Yes.
beaten down path. And there's actually a word for this.
On like GPS?
No, it's not an official GPS route. It's just like a path that like, I don't know, like let's say
Like imagine a football sized field, but it's not for football. It's just a field. And there's like sidewalks that go around the perimeter of it. But everyone's like, well, if I walk diagonally across it, it'll be faster. So over time, there's like a wear down in the
okay.
diagonal line.
Nice.
yeah. And
of
so
the field.
yeah, and so there's a word for this. It's called a desire path.
Whoa.
And so Brock actually created his own desire path from just running over this path multiple times to get to the liquor store behind the Alpha Chromosome Pi house.
Oh my god.
Wait, there's a liquor store behind a frat house.
That's dangerous,
Well, there's like
bro.
okay,
that
there's,
is a genius
one
like
was put
move by the
there
liquor store
for the other for a reason.
Yeah,
there's
The
like
thing is, either one of them could have been there first.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's actually a forest there, so
It's
I
real
guess
chicken
it's
in the egg.
Yeah.
Real chicken in the egg.
Exactly.
Sorry. I
No,
didn't
it is. No,
interrupt.
it is. Yeah. And so it's just a 7-Eleven where Brock gets some beer. Nothing fancy.
Wait, so it's not a liquor store.
There's also a liquor store.
Oh, it's like a tie.
But it's 7-Eleven, but it's like it's spelled out as 7-Eleven.
Or you can just
He's giggling.
you can just change different letters, maybe
It's
10, 12.
711.
Yeah, 711. Exactly. That's Brock's Scholar.
Nice.
My name is Melanie. I'll be playing yours truly, Margaret Hollsman. Man, trope man with the musical pants, putting me in a musical trance, trying to become harmonious with Aaron as he gets in my pants.
Oh my
That
gosh.
rhymed.
Thank you. It was improvised. Welcome to this whole podcast.
I like how you say he gets in your pants when it really seems like you're the main pursuer there.
No, I'm not, bro. Margaret's Scholar today is ever since Margaret hit her bike or got her bike hit by Brock the Rock, they decided Alpha Chromosome Pi to put my bike onto one of the walls and just hang it up.
How do you know about that?
I don't. The Earth episode.
Did Kron told you?
Yeah, Kron told me, bro.
Kron's got loose lips.
Hey, that's it. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Hello, my name is Josh, and I'll be playing the Conduit of Culture, Papa Flynn Taylor today. A hopefully
Flynn.
high-impact bard from an era long gone.
Like how you rolled over the conduit of culture
I
there.
was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a satisfying, like
a drive-by.
a drive.
Drive-bys shooting my words at you.
My scholar for today, for the short time that Flynn was enrolled in the university, before he realized it wasn't for him. An associate of his decided that he didn't want to do his engineering project, and he paid Flynn to just do something, and Flynn invented the bicycle.
That's sick.
Wait, when were bicycles invented?
1913.
1920s now.
What?
Yep.
Now. Okay.
That is cool. Is there a
crazy.
specific bike? Like, what was the model
Maybe the
called?
original
It was
inventor of the bicycle went to the Forgotten Realms, and that's why the date was pushed back.
And it was the friends we made along the way.
The friends we made along. What was the...
It's the one with the like big wheel in the front, you know? That was
He
my-
made
was
that
my
one?
prototype. Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
big
Goofy
Willie.
cycle.
So
Big
not
Willie.
every invention was like a hit. Like it was a hit for the time, but then you went away, which is why no one uses that one anymore.
Yeah.
It all makes
Oh.
sense.
He
It
Just
all
got,
makes sense.
got paid to do it. You know, it was whatever, quick
Yeah.
project.
Fact.
Crazy.
Let's go, Michael.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael DiStasi, and today I will be playing...
Minos.
I'm playing Gabriel Minos.
Minos.
Okay. Sounds like you guys were saying penis there.
The last one sounded like penis.
He is an illusionist who hasn't used any illusions in a while, which is maybe a bad thing or maybe a good thing. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. His scholar today is... So if you guys couldn't tell, in the Forgotten Realms, there's a weird thing going on with the alcohol. How it is milk-based and not...
Yeah.
What?
I
Ours
didn't
is
even know the
wheat-based?
alcohol is milk.
Like yeast. Well, I mean, it
yeah.
depends, but yeah, like
So
beer is yeast based.
Gabriel has been curious what other things are milk based. He's seeing what else is like differently based, or like if anything else is based on milk. And he has realized that cheese in the Forgotten Realms is not a dairy product.
Oh no!
Ew.
So he has been going around with VCR, seeing all these new kinds of cheese.
What is it based on?
Meat.
What?
Meat based cheese.
Is it rot? Cheese is rotten. You know, so like, is it rotten?
Yeah,
meat?
it's like it's rotten meat, but it works here for some
But
reason.
it works here. Yeah. That's
What the
That's a
fuck?
lot to think about.
Mhm.
But I guess that means
That's hurting my
now
brain.
is Gabriel also lactose intolerant?
He is.
Well, now he gets to enjoy.
But it also means all these mice and normal rodents that you think would like cheese are all just really dangerous carnivores.
Wait, that's crazy.
Hello, I am Garrett. I'll be playing Roland Brown.
Hey. Sorry, I just really like the energy, and I just had a bounce off
Everyone's
of it.
favorite brawling monk, who's the prophet of peace. And my scholar today is that Roland is a bit of a heavy sleeper, not much of a dreamer, hasn't had nightmares since he's like
That was
kind of
rhyming there for a second. Bit of a
Kinda
sleeper,
would.
not
A
much of a
little bit.
dreamer.
And so yeah, he just he sleeps good. You know, it's just darkness when he sleeps. He goes to sleep and he wakes up. It's like teleporting. It's like teleportation.
Dude, that is the
It's
best
like
kind
time
of
travel,
sleep,
bro.
When you like basically blink and it's 8 hours
I
later.
don't know. I
That's just how he
like the
sleeps.
feeling of having slept. Like it kind of scares me sometimes when I feel like I've blinked and now it's hours later.
Yeah, that pisses
just
me
like
off.
Severance, a show everyone should go watch.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
babe.
Josh was talking to me about that.
You watched
yeah.
Severance, Josh?
I'm just a walking Severance ad. I love that show
my
way
God,
too much.
You are a walking ad is crazy.
That's valid though.
And my name is Nate Dietz. I'm your Dean Master.
Something.
I'm everyone everywhere all at once.
Hello.
Okay, so my scholar today is that I know, like, okay, how many of y'all in this room, by a show of verbal hands, listen to some sort of like ambiance to go to sleep?
Yes,
Maybe.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
I
yes,
guess that's like
yes.
2. Then
Garrett,
it's like
Stone,
1.5.
Josh, you don't listen to anything?
I sometimes listen to YouTube, but
Well, yeah, that's what
That's
I mean.
ambiance?
So
Oh,
something
okay.
that
What
I
kind of YouTube?
not often, but sometimes.
Why
But like
say it
white
like
noise
that?
or like just
A
random videos?
video.
oh, so just like a normal video.
Sometimes a normal video, sometimes like a historical video.
Not like an
Okay.
ASMR though.
No.
Oh,
Something that
lame.
I will do is put on some sort of like sleep ambiance. Sometimes it's just like white noise with a black background, but sometimes it's something like more interesting, like it's a castle and there's like a thunderstorm outside, or it's like a New York City penthouse. I don't know, just yep.
How do you hear castle?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is it like peasants
No,
pooping
there's
outside?
a video on the screen. There's a video on the
Oh
screen.
my
It's on
God.
YouTube. Sorry if I wasn't clear about that. There's like a
No,
YouTube
Nate, you were very
video.
clear about it.
Yeah,
Thank
and then
you.
so there's like different settings.
We're
and
going to
stuff.
sleep, so why does
Yeah.
it matter if you can see what's
For
on the
aesthetic,
screen?
why does anything matter? You know what I mean? It's like
Damn, Nate, get into this.
so something that's interesting on YouTube videos. You know how like if you scroll through to like scan the video, it'll tell you the most watched part. Normally that's right after the embedded ad. Like when they're like, "Oh, today's you."
That is not
Raid
true.
Shadow Legends.
There's like no guarantee where it is.
Well, I don't know. Most of the YouTube videos I watch, at least, if you like scroll through and it says like
It said
most.
most, not all.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the most replayed part, and it kind of has that like you know what I'm talking about, like the
Yeah.
waveform pattern
Yes.
on the thing. And so normally it's like right after an hour or something. For these sleep videos, it's so interesting to me because the most replayed part always falls around the 6-hour mark, and I realize that's because people are waking up in the morning and they pause it or whatever, because hundreds of thousands of people watch these sleep ambiance videos. I think it's just wherever the interaction will happen of like moving through the timeline. But because it's a sleep video, people aren't interacting with it until they probably wake up. This is mostly me guessing, but I feel like that makes sense because that's, and they always stop it around 6 hours, which is interesting because that means hundreds of thousands of millions of people around the world watching these videos. Like, so just one video, like all these different videos, just consistently not getting enough sleep.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you get ads during your sleep videos?
You can, except I don't because I use an account with YouTube Premium.
I woke up to an ad, bro.
It's scary. It's scary.
I'd be throwing hands, bro.
Scary. Okay, I know life is a hustle, but like, come on. Like,
life's a hustle.
They'll put no
Load your
ads.
ads at the start of the video.
Yeah, but no mid-roll. It'll say no mid-roll, and then there just is. And I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm like freaking out because it's like Lima Emu or some Emu.
Emu.
You know,
I love Emu.
I love getting the 2-hour ads of just movies sometimes too, especially on those videos.
But the reason I bring up the Scholar is because I think Gabriel's just been through a lot. Gabriel has gone through this whole surgery, and I feel like whenever you wake up at the beginning of this episode, you're not going to get enough sleep. So I'm curious what you're going to do with no sleep, Gabriel.
I don't like the implications that are leaving for me.
Sounds like he just gave you an improv task.
Yeah.
As a quick side note, when we went to record this episode, Garrett got a little sick and he wasn't able to be there for the bulk of it. So if you don't hear Garrett very much, it's because when we went to record this, he was sick. Now, where we left off last time was the Earth episode, which was our April Fool's episode, but it was still a real, genuine episode. We just thought it'd be neat to kind of flip the script on y'all, switch the turntables. And if you skipped over that because it was like the April Fool's or anything, it is real. It does matter for the rest of the story. So definitely go listen to it because it's really cool. We put a lot of work in, especially the end does matter for the upcoming episodes. Now, I'm going to go back and recap episode 28, which is Grey's Anemone, because that's directly leading into what's happening now. So what happened then is the scholars went into the Blue Buster Temple, the blockbuster that came from the real world that this cult has gathered around to worship, a orc that was very poorly imitating or impersonating Christopher Walken. It was the orc that was doing the poor imitation, the impersonation. I would happen to just be playing that orc.
Yeah, Chris Orc.
Yeah, Chris Orcifer Walk Orc.
Walk Orc. Yeah, Christopher Walk Orc.
Had given all the scholars a little improv game, which is basically saying they each had to choose either a celebrity personality or like a fictional character, something to impersonate, because the Blue Buster cult is kind of obsessed with that. So
the Italian stallion.
Yeah, so we had some Italian stallion, we had some Dora, we had some Family Guy. I don't know, I don't watch Family Guy, but Garrett had me do that. And then y'all went in and talked for a little while, and then Christopher Walken brought back a familiar character. Johnny B was reintroduced to the group, and Roland and him met for the first time in a while. Johnny B had been brought into the Forgotten Realms way back in like episode 5 cold open or somewhere around there, and he had been training for a while with the Loxodons. Then we shift perspectives and followed a medical team of fish-themed people or like sea creatures. It is a medical team known as Grey's Anemone that went to revive Gabriel. Because as was mentioned a few times that by Dr. Acula and some other folks, that it's normal for people to be revived in the Forgotten Realms, that magic exists on kind of a surprisingly low level. Like D&D only has that as a 3rd level spell. It's kind of surprising. But he didn't get away with no consequences. At the very end of the episode, we found out that the main consequences of that situation was that when, by Aaron stabbing Gabriel with his sword, the Sword of Biotech, which is the Allspect of Destiny, Gabriel has been left with an infection. And the head surgeon said that is infection of destiny. What that means, we don't fully know. But what we do know is that Gabriel is now, a few hours later, he is into recovery. His critical condition has been fixed, and now he is in one of the rooms of the Blue Busters that he's just resting up. He's asleep. And as we go into his room, where we're going to start this episode, we see that Gabriel's kind of twisting and turning in bed, as one does when they're having a nightmare. And we're going to go into Gabriel's mind. Gabriel, you awake on a cloudy surface in a bright sky in kind of a liminal space, and you see about 10 yards away from you. Why did I do yards? 10 meters away from you. There's 2 red leather chairs, and one of them, the one that's back is towards you, you see a figure sitting in it, and you now recognize it's this deity, Michael. Why did you? Michael had a dice in his mouth, and he was
Michael,
waiting
what the fuck?
the entire time I was saying that. He was looking at me like it was like it's almost like you have something in your mouth. Like what's going on? And then he just spit a dice out.
I'm sorry.
You know how it's like people say Tom Holland always looks like he has a frog in his throat?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I want to look this up.
Okay, wow. There's 2 other chairs about 10 yards. Wait, not yards. About 10 meters away from me. I'm gonna go sit down in one of them.
So you walk over and you do see Michael sitting in this chair, cross-legged, his angelic self, and in front is a chessboard, fully set now, and he's just reading a novel, and he pays you no mind.
So, am I just here to be here? Am I?
Oh, is the chess game
Dead.
almost over?
Ooh, I like that idea, Stone. I like the idea that, the chess...
There's like most of Gabriel's pieces are knocked over.
Yeah, like the chess game has been played, and some of the pieces are on Gabriel's side, but most of Gabriel's pieces are behind Michael's side. Like Michael's winning. Michael flicks his eyes up to you, but doesn't really move his attention off the book. Oh, you're here. What do you want?
Oh, what are you reading?
None of your business, beyond your comprehension.
I'm pretty sure that's just a normal book.
No, there's more to it than meets the eye.
Okay.
What? Have you already failed me? How are you back here with... And he looks down at the chessboard. Oh my. You're dead.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm maybe dead. Maybe not, though.
Well, given the state of our game, it seems that you are.
Oh, okay, so what do you want me to do about this?
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be the one to you'd help me get more power and stuff, and then I just instantly die to a sword you gave someone else? What's up with that?
oh, so you figured that part out. That's interesting. Yes, well, I was going to give you power when you met my conditions.
So, okay, you give a random dude a sword, and then what, you're randomly getting with Roland now? What's up with that?
Oh, nothing's random, my dear. It's all very planned out.
Okay, so you're surprised that I died? Is that part of your plan?
I'm not surprised that you died. I'm surprised that you died so quickly.
Wait, so your plan was for me to always die? Wouldn't you want to do something against that?
Nah, it's just either way. It's fine if you die. I just thought you'd be more productive.
Okay, is this conversation getting anywhere? What are we doing here?
I have an idea if you wanted to do it because
hear it,
I know Brock has been trying to talk to this Michael guy, so I don't know if there's like some sort of phone or something, and it's like, hey, like, what? Can you pick up the phone? Like, I've been trying to reach you.
Wait, what?
Because I've been trying to like
you just
find a new
call
god.
into-
Remember? Like,
That's funny.
and like he just hasn't been because he hasn't been talking to me at all, but I've been trying to reach him, and so it's like a phone ringing, and it's like you can hear me on the other side. But
As Gabriel says that, we transition, kind of move through the veil and move back out to see Gabriel laying in bed, peacefully sleeping. And we turn the camera slightly and see that knelt at Gabriel's bedside is Brock, because Stone just had an idea.
okay,
What?
wait, no, well, I don't know what I'm doing.
A little bit of urchin reincarnated in Brock.
I know we haven't spoken in a while, Alpha Chromosome Pi, but I'm kind of giving up on you. So I'm going to try to talk to whoever Gabriel's been talking to. This, like, I don't know, like, what his name is really, but I'm going to be like, yo, it's me, Brock.
Yo, it's crazy.
You can add me on LinkedIn and we can connect and, maybe be homies. So love to hear back, And so I know, like I am really close to Alpha Chromosome Pi, but I think maybe I'm trying to connect with the wrong people. I mean, I don't even know if they really exist here. That's my entire personality really, is going to parties and drinking with these guys, but maybe they're not going to be here for me in my time of need, and I'm not talking to the right people. So maybe, Gabriel, you know someone who I could talk to? I mean, I know you can't talk right now. You're kind of dead right now. And there's like all this chaos going on with these fish people. I don't really know who they are. But, like I just, whenever I heard about this all-spec thing, it's really got me thinking about maybe I need to learn more about who can actually help me in life and who cares about me. And maybe that guy you've been talking to could help me out too. But talk to you soon.
So, or I guess right before you say talk to you soon, we like flip back into the dream perspective with Gabriel and Michael. And
Like a phone is like ringing.
as Gabriel goes to say that, a phone just conjures next to Michael, and it's like an old rotary phone.
Yeah.
And Michael looks at it very confused. He's like,
Are you? I can take this for you if you want.
Like the phone call.
Yeah.
I think it's meant for me. This is my domain.
Oh, I imagine we're hearing like Brock as like a voicemail almost, even though it's a rotary phone.
Oh, like, okay.
It's like, I got this one.
Fine. So you go to pick up the phone, and Brock, you find yourself holding a rotary phone, like a corded rotary. You know, it has like the curly cord.
Yes.
And it like snakes off and just fades out of reality. But you're just holding this phone.
It's like I don't even notice it because I've been trying to just talk.
Yeah, and you
focus
just
on
look
my
down and
emotions.
notice that you're holding it.
Oh,
And you hear a voice on the other end.
hello?
Brock, dog, what are you doing right
You're
now?
a god?
No, what do you want?
I have this phone in my hand and it's kind of cool. Is this what's supposed to happen when you pray?
No, what's supposed to happen?
What do you mean? Well, how did you
Listen.
pray?
I'm not. I'm in the middle of a chess game right now. I'm gonna have to call you back
But you're
later.
dead. Wait,
Yeah.
it's so good hearing your voice again.
Oh, thank you. Okay, don't call here again. Bye.
Wait, no.
And
was
so
so
you hang up,
close.
and the phone poofs away from Brock.
I was so close.
And Flynn, I like the idea, if you want, that you were maybe going to check on Gabriel or just wandering the halls of the Blue Buster caves, and you heard the last little bit of Brock's conversation. I know, like, we've been talking about the idea of y'all helping each other with, like, your allspec stuff.
What is gusto again?
Party-
What's gusto?
Gusto is like vigor and faith. It's like commitment and belief in something, but like with vigor. But yeah, as Brock is having the tail end of this conversation, we look, and in the doorway, Flynn is silhouetted by the hallway light.
Brock, are you okay?
I had a moment. I connected with a god.
Is
Gabriel's a god.
Gabriel's dead?
I had a phone in my hand. Like, I was like really got down deep in my feelings, which I've never really done before. It kind of felt nice. And a phone appeared in my hand. Has that happened to you when you have you prayed?
I cannot say that has been the case for me. Now, was this a good time or a bad one?
I guess it's a good time. I mean, that's the closest I've been to talking to a god, so I must be doing something right.
It seems you're in the right direction, yes.
Papa, do you...
Son.
I like this new relationship we have. But what... How do I learn to not party?
So you've decided to change your ways.
Well, maybe I can still party, but maybe I need to be more educated.
Yeah, educated. Good job, Brock.
Thank you. It's a big word. Do you know stuff about books?
I've written many of the books that exist on Earth.
You have? Wait,
Yes.
wait. Have you written
Oh, do you
What
know
is
any
that?
books, Brock?
I'm trying to think. There's the one with the Rich Dad Poor Dad. Have you written that one?
Probably.
It's about like tax avoidance, but sometimes when you go to a Barnes and Noble and you're checking out a book, they're like, "Oh, this guy's teaching you tax evasion," and you're like, "Oh, it's actually tax avoidance," and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're trying to steal money from like the poor people." Anyways, this might have been a story that happened to Stone. I don't know who that guy really is, but
Stone, is this real?
yes, this is a real story.
I bet I could teach you a thing or two about becoming educated.
And I could teach you about party, like because you're learning
Yes.
about culture, right?
I do need that. You're right. Maybe we can help each other out.
A little bit more social engagement, connecting with people on LinkedIn. Do you have a
Yes.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
I guess it's kind of a newer thing. You kind of need a phone for it. I can get you set
Flynn
up.
was like, I had an idea for this global network of knowledge that inside of it you could link with other people.
Yeah,
Well, I guess let's work on it with each other.
that sounds good.
So where is the scene happening?
Brock was kneeling at Gabriel's bedside.
But in the Blockbusters? Because we're in that cave
In
and
the
we're in the
Blue Buster
Blockbusters.
like
Blue Busters.
caves, yeah. They've like carved out a base from the caves. Like there's rooms.
But it's
and
different
stuff.
than the Blockbuster.
So yeah, just to describe like the Blue Buster base, like the temple that they have. The temple itself is just the Blockbuster, which is in the main cavern of this cave system. But in the nearby little like smaller cave areas, like Minecraft, you got the big cave and like the little caves. And the little caves, they've like carved out little rooms, like medical rooms and bedrooms and armories and whatever, like pantries and stuff. So we'll just say like this is happening later at night. Each one of y'all has been given your own bedroom basically for the night, for foreseeable's future to have like a nice place to stay and get clean and have a private area. We move back into the scene, the dream with Michael and Gabriel, and y'all have just continued your conversation until finally Michael's like, fine, Gabriel, I will give you a little help this time and I'll give you one more chance, but you really have to prove yourself.
Fine, I'll do different stuff, I guess. But like, I think I know what's wrong. I know why I died, and I will make sure that never happens again.
You want power, yes?
Yes.
You want to be important, yes?
Yes.
Okay, then prove it to me. and he reaches down and picks up Gabriel's white chess piece, the pawn, the only chess piece he has left, and he moves it 1, 2, 3 spaces to the opposite end of Gabriel's board. And in chess, when you get to the opposite side, you get to change your piece to any piece you want.
And instead of the piece changing, all this power starts flowing into Gabriel.
Whoa. We cut away from the dream and we see Flynn and Brock leave the room and they go left out of the room, and we look to the right and see that Margaret is just sitting on the wall just outside the room and she's been crying. Brock and Flynn don't notice. They go off in their newfound partnership. But a few moments later, another figure comes walking down the hall and it's Aaron. You can tell he was going in to check on Gabriel because the news has kind of spread that he's back alive. He's just resting at this point, and Aaron notices Margaret. So describe what you're doing right now. Are you like curled up on the ground?
My knees are to my chest. My feet are on the floor. My hands are hugging my knees as I'm crying next to the door.
Whoa.
Can I get bardic inspiration now?
You know what? You do get bardic inspiration. Or just
Rhymes.
just normal inspiration.
Thanks.
I have not given inspiration I think the entire campaign, have I?
I have
Wait.
inspiration.
For those of you
just took it.
inspiration.
I've had it. I don't know.
For those of you that don't know, in D&D, inspiration is like if you burn your inspiration, like you can only have one at a time. Just get advantage on any roll that you want.
You're allowed to give people inspiration, Nate.
Yeah, I just never think about it. I forgot that was part of D&D. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you get inspiration for rhyming. And Aaron walks up. He's like, "Oh, hey, sorry. Are you okay?"
That was not the noise I meant to make.
she made like a growling face and like
Snorted.
I want like a
like.
An elephant.
like our roommates at Disney.
Margaret is blowing her nose, or sorry, Melanie in real life is blowing her nose, but her nose is clear, so it's not making the normal blow
I
nose
want
sound.
the like when people
like the
blow their-
raspberry, right?
It's got the chunk coming out.
Yes, but like ew.
chunk coming out.
Yeah, but it's just
Thup, 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 thup.
Yeah.
but it's just in my elbow.
And now it's like kind of like your elbow's gushy.
You know what? Roll a d6. That's how many charisma points it's gonna knock Aaron down for seeing that.
D6.
So you want a lower roll.
If he gets the ick.
If you want a lower roll,
I got a 5.
okay, I'm gonna start keeping track because Aaron and Margaret have like been established now as like romantically interested.
But then I made out with Flynn, and he got
Since he's an
pissed.
NPC, I'm gonna have a certain amount of romance points that we're gonna have to keep track of for you to up the thing. I'll figure out the chart later, but I'm gonna mark down that there's -5.
If it
now.
drops low enough, if
but
it
you
drops,
can also raise it.
You can raise it by like flirting.
But if
or-
it drops low enough, he gets the ick and never wants to talk to you again.
yeah,
Dude, what's the? Can we just establish
the
that
system
now?
is called resist the ick.
Resist
the-
the
Can we
ick.
establish the points now?
Just
Just like a number generally, then we can work the kinks later.
yeah,
The kinks.
Well, let's
haha.
just say right now.
50.
Well, what would be the goal?
30?
Because
30.
Okay, y'all both agreed on that pretty quick. Okay,
And then
so
what are we at right now? Like 10?
I'm gonna say
8?
after that, we'll say 8. I feel like
Okay.
8's like
Eight's
a
If it
good.
drops to 0, it's
But
over.
if it drops to 0, he gets the ick.
He gets the ick.
I'm gonna write the. If I don't write it down right now, I'm not gonna remember.
yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Anytime someone in a relationship makes you mad, you should write it down. Always remember how they hurt you.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Take
that means
notes,
that-
audience.
That means you have to do the same for when they make you feel good too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that way
But
whenever
you
you
only ever bring up the bad stuff.
whenever you get into an argument with them, you can make sure you have a list of every time they've done something wrong and bring it back up with them like 20 years later.
Exactly.
20 years is
Blow
insane.
her nose in her elbow.
Aaron just
by
bring-
her boobs.
Wait, Aaron is writing his
Aaron pulls out a thing like in Captain America Winter Soldier. He like has like recommendations of like Forgotten Realms content to
Yeah.
watch, but then he gets to like, okay, resist the ick is now at 8 points.
And it says, I will remember that above his head.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh yeah, you
icon.
see
Wait.
it in the
Tall
top
tale.
right of
But
your screen. It
Started
says
at
Aaron
an 8
will
and then I
remember.
got a -5, so now it's at a 3.
No, I was just thinking it'd be good to like after the -5, it's at an 8.
So is that a 13
Oh.
before?
That's
Yeah.
solid. Okay, nice. I think
That's what I'm
good.
thinking.
That's good. That's
'Cause-
good.
I think that's fair.
3's
Give
a
it
little
away.
too hard to.
3's like scare zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
So yeah, he's taking a couple steps back. He was approaching you, but he's not now that your arm is
Bro.
snotty. Your arm has snot in it.
Okay, I lick it off.
Ew. Okay, it's gonna go down again.
I'm just gonna.
I was like, you better get a joke because that would be like a D10 of.
I look at
D10
him
of
and I
adding
said,
it up.
Please keep
okay, so I'm like about to lick it, and then I like make eye contact with him, and I just move my arm down and start wiping it on my like shirt or my onesie.
Are you
that's
trying to,
still
like-
filled up with tampons?
Are you trying to like recover the situation?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you do a charisma check?
No. 7?
Okay, so he's not impressed, but it's getting gross. But
Giving gross.
since you just rolled an ick thing, I'm gonna say it's like fine for now.
Okay.
But if you make it worse, you're gonna have to roll for ick again.
Okay.
Roll for ick. That's crazy. And he's like, well, I know a lot's been going on, so I don't blame you for being kind of crazy right now. Have you been in there to see
Crazy?
him? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
What's wrong with you? Think I'm crazy?
No. I was like, it's driving everyone crazy. Like are you okay? Like you're blowing snot into yourself. You have tampons right in front of you. At least you could use that as like a thing. Like, do you want me to go get you something?
Do you know what a tampon is, dude?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I meant to say pad.
Oh, okay. Well, tissues would be nice.
Okay. Do you want to walk with me and try and get them?
I don't want to see Gabriel right now.
Yeah, let's go walk. I think there's a hospital around the corner, so we could go in there and see if they have some tissues.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. And he holds out his hand, and then he,
Melanie. It looks like they're green or something.
they're really agree. Like Melanie and Vicky are just
Yes, she
like
gets
Melanie and
it.
Vicky are just nodding their heads like crazy to they're pointing at each other.
Is this a book talk thing?
I think this is like a romance thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the audience could see he flinches for a second, being like, "Please don't be the snot hand. Please don't be the snot hand. Please don't be the snot
So
hand."
I'm gonna do my right hand, which is the snot hand, but then I'm gonna like look at it and go, "Oh, never mind," and then switch hands.
Oh, there we go.
Why do
Okay.
you switch hands? Are you like reaching over your body to hold hands?
Well, no, he's helping her up off the
Oh
ground.
my god! So
I see.
I like hold Aaron's hand, I grip it, I get up, and I don't let go.
Oh,
and then I get a
that.
boner.
Oh my god.
Boner alert! Pew 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 pew.
Is that an air horn?
Hard dick, hard dick.
Oh,
I made Josh laugh.
Did she just secretly roll twice?
she hasn't
I
rolled at
just
all.
picked it up.
Oh, I
no,
thought
I
you
just
rolled
moved
early.
everything.
Says Brock.
I'm rolling charisma.
Says Stone. I mean, the amount of
I
times
would do that. I
you
would do
roll
that.
into that paper and you're like,
Roll it.
Hey, charisma.
yeah.
Got 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So since you rolled
Yeah.
that well with it, you notice that he definitely starts smiling, and it's like one of those smiles that's hard to put away. And go ahead and do a d6 of what would be the opposite of ick to like roll for the positive on
Riz.
the what?
Riz.
I guess it would just
Riz
be
check.
Riz.
Riz check.
Make a
and
Riz
ick
check, a d6 Riz check to
That's
see how many
so
points
cringe.
you
I love that.
raise.
4.
Okay, so you are now at 12 relationship points. So y'all walk down the hallway, and I guess it's probably quiet for a minute. And he's like, "So, what do you think about?"
Are we still
the-"
holding hands?
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Answered my own question.
He's like, "What do you think about the whole Allspec thing?"
What is that
The
again?
thing Dr. Acula was telling us about, how there's like the items, like my sword is destiny. I call it my biotech sword. Sorry, I don't mean to bore you just talking about myself.
You laughing at me?
That was out of character.
That was in character.
Yours was the Allspec of harmony, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I
What is going on?
Have you ever touched a boy? Like Margaret?
damn.
Like,
was that a question about Margaret?
yeah, that was
Oh,
about
wait.
Margaret, not Melanie.
Dude.
So I like giggled.
So Aaron noticed you just haven't responded in a while. He's like, "I'm sorry, we don't have to talk about that
No,
if you don't want
it's okay.
to."
I don't care. It's fine. I'm just
Melody's just staring at me.
you're staring at me. So the sorry, hold on. My hand's like really sweaty, so I'm gonna wipe it down.
Oh, like you let go of his hand?
Yeah.
And he kind of like, he's gonna roll. Wait.
Roll for daddy.
Roll for daddy. Okay, he got a nat 1. So he like
What does he do? Snot in
he
his hand?
accidentally makes it very obvious how much he's wiping his hand down too. Like,
That's fine.
but his hand wasn't sweaty.
Ew.
You realize like only your hand was sweaty, and he was like gonna try and hide it, but then it was like way too obvious that he was just like wiping it, and it's just. And I say this as a person that does have sweaty hands, and how awkward I feel whenever I touch someone else's hand and I see them wipe it down. I'm like, man, I feel really bad about myself now.
Wait, are you wiping down your hand?
What? No, I was just feeling my pants. I was feeling my
what's
pants.
in your pants?
Absolutely nothing. I mean, not nothing. I mean, there's something in there. there's a good amount of stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Like, there's nothing in my pockets. But
I'm happy to see you.
You sound like a commercial. I'm happy to see you.
Anyways, around the corner, here's the hospital room, and he like kind of rushes forward and like opens the door for you.
Thank you.
And then like once you go in, he kind of like really feeling nervous, so he's just trying to find some
real quick.
tissues.
Wait, hold on. Backtrack to the door. So he opens the door. I'm gonna like look at him, go and walk in.
What the heck is that? Is it a fart?
No, it's my mouth. Just like.
Why did you do that?
I'm nervous.
So yeah, then he rushes in and he's just trying to find some tissues for you. He'll do investigation.
Thanks, Daddy.
Got another nat one.
Oh my god, this fucker.
He knocks over a tray that just says vaccines.
My urchins.
Did you just say urchin?
Yeah, wait, I meant my needles.
Oh yeah, he
My
knocks over a
needles.
tray and there's an urchin with one needle left, and he accidentally plugs it out in the process.
No, my needles.
A bunch of fish show up and eat this urchin.
Dramatic death.
Did I just kill somebody?
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't think there's any tissues here.
Oh, well, we can keep looking. So I'm gonna like just walk into the room on my right. I don't know what's in there. Who's in there? I'm just gonna walk in the room on my right.
You open and you see a fish with human legs, an octopus, an eel, and a plate of food. I don't really know still what you are. And they're just operating on a pig.
I'm gonna like walk in and just slam the door behind me and be like, nope, let's leave.
All right.
And then I feel like Aaron should just make a move right now. He should like pin me to the door and make out with me.
But his
I think I don't think his score is quite there.
You
where
pin
he's ready.
him down.
But
I'm
you
gonna
can pin him down.
Oh, but that's like, I'm short. That's okay. Short people can do things. Okay.
Let's go.
Short power.
I'm gonna slam the door behind me wide-eyed and be like, oh, yep, don't go in there unless you want some katsu later or something.
Oh, all right. I don't know what that means, but there's people in there?
Yeah, no, there's
this room is empty. And there's another operating room that he points to. Here, I'm going to see if there's any tissues in here. And he goes in there.
I'm going to follow him in there. Is the room dark or light?
Dark.
I'm going to walk in and close the door behind me.
Oh, Aaron goes over and he sees on like the other side of the operating table that there's like a tray with a bunch of like gloves and whatever, like gauze and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, there's probably something in there. And he like leans over the operating table to get to it. And it kind of awkwardly has to like lay on the table to actually reach it. So instead he just decides to like fully lay on it. And then he's just like, oh, look at me. I'm getting operated on or whatever.
I'm going to body slam him.
And then he finally reaches the... he finally reaches the tissue and kind of looks back. And then...
Look, I'm Gabriel with my sword sticking through me.
Oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, I look like Gabriel right now. Isn't that funny? And he's like, anyway, here's your tissue.
He like turns around. I'm like right next to him. And I'm just looking down at him.
Oh.
You know, I'm thinking like Jace from Arcane. That's kind of like close to
like
what
just
Aaron.
Nodding and smiling and holding her hands,
like
and she's
that.
curled up into a ball on the couch. Okay, so he's laying down on the operating table. You're standing next to him, looking over him.
So he's going to be grabbing the tissue. I'm going to be standing right behind him. And I'll be like, thank you. And as I say thank you, I'm going to like brush against his forearm and just kind of slowly like feel it and then grab the tissue from his hand and then just like look him in the eyes.
I'm gonna roll a charisma check for him. I have an idea. He got a 4. He shivers, like you know when like someone tickles you and you just kind of like do a whole body shiver.
Yeah.
So he got a 4 for charisma. So he couldn't like hold it back. So he just kind of shivers. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you cold?
No, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Are you hard? Sorry, I meant to say like, was it hard to like reach for the tissue?
Oh yeah, it was a little. I kind of had to reach over.
Okay. Do you need help getting up? Here's my hand. I'm gonna reach my hand out.
Thank you. And he will grab it and kind of
I yank myself onto him. Oh, like he grabs me.
Oh, it's like helping someone out of the pool. but then he
Sexual
gets-
tension.
And you know what's funny is like I was about to say when he grabs your hand, his body weight would accidentally have pulled you forward anyways, kind of thing, just because like he was just strong enough, like he didn't really need it.
Jace from
So
Arcane.
you
I just
lean forward. Are you going for the kiss?
Why would you say that?
What did I say wrong? What do you mean? What? What did I say wrong?
What's that?
Were you asking that in character?
No.
Oh! I thought
That
Aaron
makes
was
a
actually
lot more-
saying that, and
Dude,
I was like,
imagine,
you ruined it.
like-
No, you ruined it. I hate when people are like, can I kiss you? Shut the fuck up.
Grabbing
Just do
someone's hand, bringing them in close. So do you want to kiss? Like, what are we
it.
doing?
Literally,
Sorry.
like, what are we that fuck?
I
Like,
was clarifying a player action as a DM.
I think we should roll for this.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going for.
Okay.
I
Yes.
wanted to clarify you weren't going for like a hug or something. I
No,
figured
no,
it was
kiss.
okay.
Let me fall on top of you just to hug you.
She didn't She didn't explicitly say it, and I was just trying to figure out what was going on. So we should both do performance rolls to see how well we can land this.
To land this? Okay. I really don't want to do that. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm not even looking at your face. Performance? Dude, I have a plus 13.
What? What?
I got a 17. Bro, I rolled a 4. But I do have a plus 13.
4 plus 13. It's crazy. So you're going in with your 17.
Yeah.
And it's all on track to land. And you're like, oh, I hope he doesn't screw this. Or what are the thoughts going through your head? Like at the travel distance between the two of you.
Oh my God, I look at his juicy lips and I'm coming down and there's like, I can feel it. I can feel his like, I can feel it. Vicky gets it. I can feel like his breathing a little bit, like just like our faces are so close and our noses kind of touch. And I'm like ready to go for it. What does he do?
And he got a dirty 20. So I
have a boyfriend.
He moves his hand behind the nape of your...
Don't ruin it.
Okay,
What
so
was
go
that?
ahead.
What was
I was
that?
saying, well,
Yeah, wait,
it's
Stone,
like
can you do that emote again? That was cool.
Stone like shook his head and did his hands like a misomaso kind of thing.
Misomaso
That's what it's
Gavin.
called, right?
I don't know what a misomasa
Yin and yang.
is.
I feel like I've heard that.
Kind of like
Maybe
a
cut that
balancing
out.
scale.
Google that, and if it's bad, cut that out.
It's like a balancing scale.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this?
I think it's a Spanish term, misomaso. Okay, anyway. So as he gets a dirty 20, he moves his hand around to the nape of your neck and kind of moves his fingers through the back of your hair, and y'all start kissing.
Yay!
That's just the resolution.
I say that in the
And
middle
the
of the
scene.
kiss.
Melody just had a smile on her face for like a whole 5 seconds before saying anything.
And that's the scene.
And we'll cut away.
Yay! I say that in character. Yay! Let's do an ick check. Hold on, because that was cringy.
What? Oh, like you actually said
Yeah,
yay?
it's -1 on the ick check for going yay.
I feel like making out more than makes up for it, though. No?
Oh, yeah, I guess you should roll. I
I'll
would
keep you
roll,
that.
yeah, do 2d6s for making out on the Rizzometer.
Okay, for the Riz check, I rolled a 6 and a 2, and then I got 1 for the ick check.
So that would be 19.
Dude, we're almost there. I almost got a 30 is boyfriend or fuck. Like it's either one.
I think it's
Either one.
boyfriend. Okay, I'm gonna keep this vague. So then we move away from that and we go through the Blue Buster caves and all the different. Well, I don't know where this is gonna go in the episode. As a side note, and just to clarify, Garrett and I are recording this later because he couldn't show up during the thing. So to clear confusion, he's in this, but he won't be in the episode after this, just so like that makes sense why I told you earlier he wasn't here. You want to say hi then now that you're here?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm here.
He is actually here. Okay.
Those
What?
funny.
Like then we go away from that?
Just we're gonna go away from that because I'm gonna leave it vague. And
Yeah.
I had no idea what you were referencing. I was like, "What is he doing?"
Well, I don't
And
need
then I
because
was
it
like,
could be
oh,
literally anything in the episode.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like trying to find a place to fit it. Okay, sorry.
Then we move. That's funny. Okay. Then we move away from that scene. We go through the Blue Buster caves, the temple, and we end up going into the room that Roland has been given that you're staying in. It's like fine. It's a nice room, but it's just like carved out of the rock. There's a bed. There's your basic stuff. But we go in and Roland is actually asleep. And we can see that he's like definitely having a nightmare. What do you think would be Roland's sleeping mannerisms for having a nightmare? Like you're like punching in
It's
the
just
bed
like-
sheets or something?
I guess the good old toss and turn, like no kind of shit, you know. And he's just like,
Would you like you'd be talking out loud kind of thing?
yeah, probably talking out loud, maybe like flailing an arm here and there as like a punch, but
Violent
like
nightmare. So
But,
we
yeah.
then move into Roland's nightmare, and you are booking it down your high school hallways. There's just tons of lockers on all the sides, and it's like very dark and decrepit and everything. And you're running, and we see behind you what you were running from is Zagreus. And for those of you that don't remember, Zagreus is the angel guy that is also known as Michael, that is also known as Moses, that Gabriel, Roland, and Aaron share as this like deity sort of thing. And Roland, can you refresh us on the pact that you made with Zagreus?
I don't remember exactly how he worded it because that might change like what it means, but more or less I have to hand over someone whom Roland likes very much. And I don't know if it was like that or specifically.
You know, it'd be fun. Why don't you roll a history check to try to remember?
Because I don't know if it was like vague, find someone you like, or if it was specifically Dr. Acula, but because I like her, if that makes sense. I don't know. So history check on the exact verbiage.
He rolled. He's staring at his die.
I don't think any amount of pluses can like make that.
Oh. Stone is like running over to a mic.
I've been playing GTA and I got the Maze Bank Tower, and it is such a flex, but so useless.
Wait, you got the Maze Bank? Is that new?
No, it's been in the game for like 10 years, and it's like a $4 million tower in the center of the city.
Oh, like an office there?
Yeah, it's the office for like the businesses.
Good, congratulations, Stone.
6.
Okay, after all of that, you only rolled a 6, so you don't remember the exact verbiage. But yes, Roland knows somewhat that, and this happened back in episode 25, right after Roland leveled up, because Gabriel split the levels from the dice bus thing, and you took a level into Warlock, and Zagreus is your patron.
Yep.
So that's pretty unfortunate that you don't remember the exact verbiage. Maybe it's because you're dreaming, though. So what you do remember, though, is that you've been given a mission, and it's not only just like, oh, like this is something you should do, but like this is actually contingent on your contract with Zagreus. And you also never asked what the consequences of breaching the contract might be. So that has kind of been freaking out Roland. And Garrett was thinking that, Roland hasn't necessarily been doing that, but it hasn't been forgotten. So right now in your dream, you're running down these high school hallways with lockers and tiled floors and everything. Zagreus is behind you, but he's not like running or flying or anything at you. He's standing still, but every time you look back, he's just as close. Like he's like 10 feet behind you. You run, turn around. He's still 10 feet behind you, but he's just standing there. And I'm going to say, just for the purposes of like gameplay, that Roland, you like begin to lucid dream. So you can make some decisions, but you're not like in control right now.
Okay.
So what are you doing as you're endlessly running and he is just right behind you?
I'm running. I'm like, I know the school better than he does. I'm gonna take a left turn down the hallway and like find a classroom to, I guess, hide in. Like a classroom with like a teacher that's like super dope.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to that teacher's classroom.
What teacher would it be? What subject?
Is it? You said it was a high school? Mm-hmm. The English 4 teacher.
English 4? What do you mean 4?
It's like the senior level English.
Oh.
Like 1, 2, 3,
Is that
4.
how they called it in high school? I kind of don't remember if that's...
Yeah.
Stone, is that how it was for you?
Like for freshman English 1, sophomore English 2.
English 4 is what I took.
Yeah, English 4.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's why, because I'm not thinking of... I'm thinking of Roman numerals and not... Okay. It's so weird. You run, and I like the idea that we don't have to go into the detail, but the idea is like when you turn, it's like all non-Euclidean. So like you turn, but you have to turn again, and you like loop around, and then like the hallways just geometrically don't make sense in like Euclidean space, and you keep turning, and then Zagreus is right in front of you, so you have to turn again, and all this, and eventually like you just find the door. And it doesn't make sense. The layout of the school is like unmappable. Like it doesn't make sense, but you finally find the door. It's right there, and you run and you run and you run, but as fast as you run, you realize you're just running in place.
No.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn around and run backwards and see if I get closer to the door.
Okay, why don't you do like a wisdom check to see if like you have the mental fortitude?
4.
Okay, because it's a dream and things don't quite make sense, when you do that and you run backwards, you run out of your clothes. So your clothes stay in spot and now you're completely naked. And when you like turn around to try and just book it straight to the door, as you turn, you are now just standing in the middle of the classroom.
Oof.
And the professor, or not professor, I guess, high school teacher for English 4 is standing right there. And when you turn, you see the entire classroom is full of everyone Roland has ever had a crush on.
That sucks. That sucks.
And all of them kind of gasp and start pointing and laughing at you. And you hear like...
it gets bigger, I promise.
And when you turn, the teacher is no longer whatever teacher it was. Now it is Zagreus, and he's looking at you with his arms crossed, and he's just shaking his head. He's kind of smiling because it's amusing to him, but he's like, Roland, you know you have a mission. You cannot run from it.
Do you want to see me try? And I try to run away again.
Do you run backwards? Because Garrett just put his thumb over his shoulder
I
like
turn
he's going
around
okay,
and like run out the room.
When you turn and start to run out the room, like you're about to get to the door, but somehow in front of you, blocking your path, is Dr. Acula, and you run straight into her fully naked.
Oh, that's
and
embarrassing.
You're backing up, and you do you want to do a Constitution saving throw since you're completely nude in a room full of everyone you've ever had a crush on?
That's terrible. Oh!
Yeah, to prevent a tent from getting pitched.
18.
Okay, so you hold it down.
Let's go.
What do you do now? Dr. Acula is standing right in front of you.
Hello. And I'm like trying to like frantically cover up.
Roland, what are you doing? You should be training on your Allspect.
I am training currently very much right now. Training very hard.
Very hard, you say?
Hey, whoa.
Come on, you know you want to come back with me.
Yeah, about that. I gotta go now.
No, she grabs your arm to prevent you from running away. And then all of the other crushes in the room start to slowly get up and come over, grab onto you in some capacity. You see all of their faces, although like their bodies stay the same. Their faces start to twist and morph, and all of their faces are Zagreus.
That's traumatizing, bro. Oh my god, look at I don't want to look at that anymore. Oh.
And as all of the different bodies are piling on top of you, you feel immense amount of pressure. Next thing you know, you're standing in the middle of Monk's boxing gym, and Monk just rushes straight up to you right in your face.
Roland, you are not allowed at this gym anymore.
What? I pay my dues. I'm the best fighter you guys have.
No, I remember everyone, and I don't remember you. I unremember you. Get out of my gym. You're nobody. You were never anybody at this gym, Roland.
No, Monk, after all we've been through. Sounds like a breakup.
If you want my respect, you'll fight. Fight to the death.
So the moment Monk says that, the entire room shifts, contorts, the walls fall down, and you are in the middle of a large arena. And this is the memory that Roland actually lost with your iPhone when Dr. Fabian did the very first test. The fight where you knocked out your opponent and you like nearly killed him. Roland doesn't completely remember that, but some subconscious part of you is latching onto that. And right now, you are standing in the middle of this ring. Everyone in the audience has Zagreus' face, and they have complete shock as you look down on the ground, and there's a shadowy silhouette form of the opponent that you knocked out, but you have no idea who it is, and you don't actually remember this being something, but in this moment, you feel intense fear. You have your red boxing gloves on, your red boxing shorts on, I guess, no shirt, and you see a ton of, like, way too many EMS people are, like, crawling out from the ground, dragging the silhouette body away, and then you have police officers hurtling over from behind you, and they all grab onto you and pull you away like you're a rock star in a mosh pit, like holding you up, and they throw you into a jail cell. And the second the jail door closes, everything changes, and you are now standing on top of a cloud. It is complete white, and you're just in your normal, the clothes Roland was wearing when you went to sleep kind of thing. Are you wearing like pajamas to sleep?
I think that'd be kind of funny.
Just like pink pajamas, because that's
like
all,
the sleeping hat on,
with the
and like
sleeping hat, like
the blinds on and
Ebenezer
everything.
Scrooge. And because that's all the Blue Busters really had. And so you're wearing like silk, and you have a teddy bear in your hand, and you're sitting on top of a cloud. And now you are fully lucid dreaming because you're no longer in that nightmare. Now you see a couple yards away from you are two big red leather chairs that have their backs to you, and Zagreus is sitting in one of them. And this is just as the first time you met Zagreus when he first became your patron.
Oh my god. I'm still okay. I'm alive. I'm on a cloud. I might be dead. Is this heaven? I don't know. And then I guess I look up and I see the two chairs.
Yes, and so their back is to you, so I guess when you walk over, you do see Zagreus sitting there, and he has a novel in his hand that he's halfway through, and he has a glass of scotch in the other. And you see on the table in between the two chairs is a chessboard. Just as every other time that we've met him, he keeps using chess as this analogy, although right now there are 0 pieces. And when you walk over next to him, he doesn't say anything or even regard you at first.
It's kind of difficult to play without the pieces and an opponent.
You are correct, Roland. What do you think that says about you right now? And he doesn't look at you. He just keeps reading the book as he speaks.
It means I'm free to go. I'm good.
It means
no hard feelings.
It means that you aren't being a piece for me, as I've told you you would be.
Okay, and what's so bad about that? Like, what? I mean, these things take time, you know? As we all know, Dr. Acula is a very powerful being. I don't have my all-spec. I can't, like, compete. I gotta get stronger.
Oh, don't use that as an excuse.
I mean, I can only do so much against a however-old vampire, you know? Like, that's...
Yes, but you haven't even tried. You're no worse than Gabriel.
You don't know that. What does Gabriel have to do with any of this?
Don't worry about that. What have you done? Tell me.
I've gotten stronger. I've gotten closer to my all-spec piece thing, my phone, so I can get stronger. A lot of strength training, you know, a lot of getting stronger, so I can give you what you want. Yep.
And how exactly does all of that bring someone that you are attracted to me?
Because she wouldn't go willingly, you know what I mean? I gotta like be able to like fight and like, you know, because like she's more powerful. She could just like boom, wave her hand, I'm dead. So I gotta like, you know, become more powerful.
So you think the basis of the relationship would be fighting them into submission?
Well, I mean, when you're handing someone over to someone like that, I mean, I just feel like, I mean, you're not that much of a catch, you know what I mean? So like...
Perhaps you've misinterpreted the situation here. This is no taking them as a prisoner. This is no capturing them. This is no turning them into me as a prize. This is you developing a relationship with them. And if you were to have read the contract,
There was not a contract. You shook my hand when we met, as people do, and I was like, let me think about it. You're like, actually, you shook my hand earlier, and then just fucking threw me back down to earth like nothing happened. So actually, I don't know what's going on. You tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. If anything, this is actually on you for poor instruction.
Dude, this is such a Roland thing to do. This is such a Roland thing to do. If anything, it's actually the opposite of my fault. Yeah. Why don't you roll persuasion? That's so funny.
With advantage? Because I'm low-key cooking.
Yeah, honestly, yes, because you have brought up extremely valid points.
Dirty 20.
Oh, nice. So he
I
slowly...
needed that.
Yeah, you really did. He slowly nods and he closes the book and it disappears when it closes. And out from its place is a 100-page contract that is in a binder that spawns in, and he hands it to you and says, "Here you go, Roland. This is everything that you need to know about your contract."
Do you have like a Sparks Notes version of this? A little more condensed?
How about this? And he flips his hand. So like you're just holding it now.
Yeah.
He flicks his hand and it opens up to a specific page where you can see highlighted is the actual, what is it called in a contract? I don't know what it's legally called because I'm not a lawyer, but it's like the big thing that you need to know is highlighted. And it says in a lot of legal jargon at the top, the heading says
the whole page is highlighted?
Yeah. But there's 100 pages. There's 100 pages. So you know what I mean? At the top in bold, it says patronage contract. And here is the thing. So
this patronage contract, quote, the agreement, unquote, is entered into between the underside player character, quote, contractee, unquote, and the patron, quote, contractor, end quote, under the following terms and conditions.
Out of 3, this is number 1, titled Obligation of the Contractee.
The contractee shall pursue and establish a romantic partnership with an individual of sufficient fortitude to engage in a physical union.
Number 2, the title says Fulfillment of the Agreement.
At the moment such union is to be consummated, the contractee shall serve as a temporary vessel for the contractor. Upon the completion of said consummation, the romantic partner shall be rendered unto the contractor in accordance with the terms of this agreement, at which point the contractual obligations of the contractee shall be deemed fulfilled.
Number 3 is titled Breach of Contract.
Willful avoidance of engaging in romantic pursuits as required under this agreement shall constitute a material breach, subjecting the contractee to penalties as determined by the contractor. And the final line says, this agreement shall remain in full effect until its terms are duly satisfied or otherwise terminated at the discretion of the contractor.
Okay, Mr. Contractor, sir. If, hypothetically speaking, I were to breach this contract, what would happen?
I'm so glad you asked, Roland. And he flicks his fingers again, and then a few more pages flip. Goes to another title labeled Breach of Contract and Consequences. It says,
in the event of a breach of this agreement by the contractee, all rights, claims, and ownerships of the contractee's soul, essence, and being shall be immediately and irrevocably forfeited to the contractor. Upon forfeiture, the contractee's soul shall be bound into a designated magical vessel, where it shall remain in perpetual servitude to the contractor. Furthermore, the contractee's corporeal form shall be subject to indefinite experimentation and furtherance of the contractor's endeavors. The terms and conditions of this forfeiture may be subject to negotiation with the contractor, provided such negotiations occur prior to the final imposition of penalties.
And then the binder slams closed and poofs away. I think that's enough reading for now, Roland.
You got a copy of that on you, perchance?
Yes, I do.
Can I have it?
He snaps his fingers, and in your brain, like, you just know. You kind of like whiplash for a second, because you now know all 100 pages, all however many words that is of the contract. And it's not like perfect memory where you can recall, but you can do history checks to like do your best to remember it, because you do know that there is a certain like clause in there or something that basically says that you have the right to know the entire contract, but you have to request.
Okay.
So he kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, I was just hoping you were too dumb enough to ask.
That actually gave me a migraine. Holy shit. Oh my God.
You know what? I have another appointment.
Yeah. Then we got all that squared away. I'll be seeing you around. Yeah.
Continue working towards your goal.
I am, slowly but surely.
I'm sure you wouldn't want to forfeit your soul essence and corporeal form to me.
I don't know what corporeal form means, but these things take time, so he's got to be a little patient, you know? I'm a human. I'm a slow learner. So, like, Gotta give me some time, but I'll get there eventually. Is there like a time limit? It doesn't say there's a time limit. It's like, is there?
Read over the contract in your own time. And he closes his eyes, and then you open yours, and it like is like a weird non-Euclidean thing, but next thing you know, you're back awake in the Blue Buster Cave temple again.
Oh my gosh, that is shoot, was that a dream or is that real though?
And with that, we're gonna move on to the next scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we cut away from the two of them in this moment, and we go back, and it's another time jump of an indeterminate number of hours. We see Gabriel laying in bed, and you slowly wake up. Like, it's nothing like dramatic or anything like that.
Oh, can it be dramatic?
And then all of a sudden, sure. So Gabriel flash awake?
Yeah, like
startle awake.
Startled awake.
And you're in this cold room. It's just a cube room carved out of the stone. You're on a bed that's fine. There's a light source.
It's red.
It's Minecraft red.
Yeah, there's some water next to you. There's a glowing orb as like a lamp for some light. But besides that, the room is minimal.
So the last thing Gabriel remembers is his like final talk with Michael and all that power like going into him. And he kind of like shoots forward in a cold sweat as he wakes up. And he goes, "Oh, it's just a nightmare. A wonderful, wonderful nightmare. I wish that was my life. But here I am, stuck in the God-forsaken, forgotten realms. Oh, I could have been a dictator. I should have been. But the education system doomed me as a child. A gifted kid, they called me. I used to be smart. Well, I mean, I'm still am smart, but like, you know, kind of the so smart that you don't actually contribute anything useful to society because you're so smart. You're like a genius at playing the blame game."
Wow.
I like the idea that. So were you like pacing in the room?
No, this is me waking up.
So you're just like in bed, basically. Yeah. Is this out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you are speaking out loud, you see kind of like vision in Captain America Civil War. The cocaine one like phases through the wall. He levitates, phasing through the wall. He's like,
Gabriel,
this is all your fault.
I heard you speaking.
Yeah.
What is my fault?
Everything.
Cannot be true.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Explain.
Now, who have you actually like helped on your journeys? Oh, that's right. Nobody.
I was thinking. You didn't give me time to reply.
No.
Dr. Acula has received my aid.
In doing what exactly?
You have all been brought here by me.
Mm-hmm. After you almost killed all of us in a car accident, it seems like the only thing you can do is kind of just make up for your past mistakes.
No,
yes.
Incorrect.
Mm-mm.
I am saving reality.
You're not worthy to be the savior of anyone. You couldn't even save me.
I never said worth was in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
I am here to prevent Earth's destruction.
Yeah, well, you're doing a bad job.
False.
Okay.
Earth is intact.
Yeah. All right. Do you know what a vacuum looks like? Did I show you that already?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye. I'm just going to walk out.
Where are you going?
Not to Earth.
Fair. You cannot.
Okay, door open, door shut.
Wait, no.
Okay, now do you want to have it me walking to Roland? I mean, names are hard. Aaron.
Yeah, I think that's like a funny running joke, though. So you walk through the halls and...
Man, I sure am hungry after dying, coming back to life, dying again, getting operated on by fish people. Okay.
I like how you're never going to know if that was real or not. So you're just trying to find a place to eat, and just like a Looney Tunes, I think, you follow your nose. Like
yeah,
you
there's like
fly
a
in
pie.
the air. You find your way into a dining hall, and you can see that there's like just general pantries on the side that people can kind of get stuff from. And you notice that someone is leaving the far end of the dining hall, and then Aaron, who's still in the dining hall, kind of waves to them. It's like, yeah, no, I'll see you later.
His lips are a little bit like red.
He has a tampon in his pocket.
Oh,
What the fuck?
what is going VCR, do you want to get some cheese while I talk to Aaron?
And he like runs off and then casts Pass Without a Trace as a ranger, and so you just can't see him because he suddenly gets +10 to stealth.
He's
and
gone.
then VCR rolls a... You only got a 12. So you can kind of notice him.
I forgot he has a character class.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
ranger now.
That's cute.
Aaron, is that you all the way?
So Aaron kind of turns, and y'all are at the complete opposite ends of this dining hall. There's rows on rows of like lunch tables kind of things set up, but they're all wooden.
I can't hear you. You're too far away.
It's like, oh, wait, hold on. And he starts running over to
I'm going to walk closer.
So yeah, he runs over to you. He's like, Aaron, wait, no, that's not right.
You.
That's me, Gabriel. And he goes for for an arm lock.
That's me. Yeah, and I give him the arm lock.
Yeah, the arm lock. You're good. You're good, man. You're better.
I am.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I
Are
think
you
so.
feel is like the cocaine seemed to be getting in your system pretty quickly.
It
Are you like?
was. I think that's like.
Did they get that?
I think so.
out of
And I guess
you?
I like lift up my shirt to check.
So there's just a patch,
Smash.
like just a bunch of like gauze and bandage over your chest.
Nice.
You found me.
It's been hiding there the whole time.
That was so funny.
That was
Stone.
really
That
funny.
was good. Dude, I tell you, Stone's like up to his game, specifically in 2025.
Thank you, guys.
2025 is crazy.
So I guess all the doctors told me is I had like some sort of infection of destiny. I don't know what that means.
In what? Infection of destiny?
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like, what
it's
does
kinda
that
crazy.
mean?
I don't know.
Like your destiny's like your destiny's like rotting?
Or maybe
Well, I
like
guess infections don't rot.
getting carried
Are
away
you gonna
somewhere
have like
else.
a destiny fever?
Like it's getting stolen
I had
or
a
something.
destiny fever in high school. I played that game way too much.
Damn. Yeah. That was a
Stone
bad
laughing.
phase.
Stone's like, I get it.
But I guess I'm pretty sure you revived me at one point. So thanks, I guess.
And Aaron kind of looks over at his sword. He's like, "Oh, the sword
Yeah.
is destiny." Nah, I'm
That's-
sure it's nothing.
Yeah. Probably not. That'd be too.
I feel like that's
easy
like
of a
too
coincidence.
powerful.
Yeah.
the coincidence. It's like too simple.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. Stuff is usually much more complex.
Can't be that. My sword.
But like, I guess
Yeah.
thanks for reviving me, with all the like power you've earned fairly and not just like randomly handed to you on a silver platter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really like my power. I just like touched the cocaine Gwen. I don't know why I did that. I think something told me. Like the sword told me to do it.
Yeah,
I think.
the magic sword. Well, I mean, like you used it, so it's technically, your power. And I see you were having fun with somebody. You got a little something on your lips.
What? No, what? And he definitely like blushes and is like rubbing, I guess, the lipstick Margaret has.
But Margaret doesn't wear lipstick.
Blood? Like, I don't know what else would be on his lips.
It's not.
The snot, yeah.
Oh. And so, yeah, he kind of wipes it away quickly. He's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm meeting your friend. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
like,
meeting my
understanding
friends, showing off
people
all your
more.
cool stuff.
Is everything okay?
No, I mean, I'm just stating the obvious.
What do you mean the obvious?
I don't know. You died. You got like sent to the Forgotten Realms. I got transported in like a homemade teleporter.
Yeah,
By
you got
our
tubbed
crazy
here. I was
professor?
talking to Flynn. He came up with the bathtub thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bathtub.
You got bathtubed here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I died. I mean, at least like you have a chance of going back. I probably can't.
No, you probably can't. It's got to be like the easiest
I'm
thing.
dead.
Maybe if you die again, you get shot back.
That
but we should
doesn't
not
make
try
any
that.
sense.
Dude,
No.
I'm sorry. The fucking well, you've been getting fun with my friend. You know what that reminds me of, Vicky? Have you seen that? Or I guess anybody. Have you seen those candy dump trauma videos?
Candy dump
There's a couple girls that did this thing where it's like, I brought the candy salad and like this is my like child. Like when I was a child, I got abused by my dad. Dumps it. The other girl does something else, and then she goes, yeah, and my best friend slept with my ex.
Oh, that's
and then
funny.
she's like. And she goes, what? You're the one that did it.
Oh my
Let's go.
gosh. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're upset about it, your friends are pretty cool. Like you just spend more time with them. Just like get to know them.
Oh, which one? You got the
All
crazy
of
one
them.
who always gets into fights. The other crazy one who always gets
I was
into
about
fights.
to say, which one are you talking about?
Yeah, there's two of them. That's kind of annoying. And you got like the love struck musician, the dude from the past.
Oh, I
who-
thought you were talking about the dude from the past.
No, is he also a love struck musician?
I mean,
Okay, see, it's just the same people repeated twice. We don't even have unique
yeah,
friends.
they're great. I mean, that kind of means if you make friends with one of them, you're kind of friends with both of them.
No, that is like the opposite.
This is like it's a great group of people. Like,
Like
they're
a
just kind of
terrible group of people.
flow together. I don't know. I feel like you kind of want them to be bad. Like you kind of make them be bad. Like you.
That
Like,
does not sound like me, and you know that.
I don't know, man. You kind of tend to manipulate people. I didn't used to bring it up, but like
What?
you always are like changing your words around, manipulating
Yeah,
other
for
people.
like to benefit everybody in the long run.
What are you trying to fix them or something?
Yeah, because they need fixing, like everyone does.
Okay, yeah, everyone can go on their own like journey and whatever, but like you can't just fix people.
Yeah, if I go on a big enough journey, I could fix everyone.
What are you trying to fix yourself?
Yeah, that would be part of it.
You definitely need it.
What?
Aaron kind of like walks away for a second, just kind of looks away.
Well, if you're having so much fun here, then why don't you stay and babysit them all the time?
You know what? I will, and I'm gonna be friends with them. And why don't you just go?
Maybe I will.
Aaron kind of just looks down. His face is starting to get ready. Kind of turns away for a second,
And you could have come with me, but you don't want to run away with your little girlfriend.
and he just glares at you from the side. And I'm rolling.
Bombastic side eye. No way, bro.
He turns and he just throws the sturdiest punch straight past your face because he got a 2, and he just like, lands his hand right into the stone wall right next to you. He's like, oh, and he's gonna roll damage onto himself.
That's so embarrassing. Stop.
So he took 5 bludgeoning damage from missing you and punching the wall instead.
You were gonna punch me?
Don't talk about her that way. That was your warning shot.
So you care about her more than you do me. And here I thought we were friends.
You know what? Here I thought we were friends too, but you don't seem to care that much ever since I got back. I died, and you didn't seem to care at all.
So much.
We used to be a duo. We would go to tournaments together. We would go fishing on the weekends. I helped you when you needed me, and you helped me when I needed you.
And I've been trying
to
help you.
And ever since we got here, you don't want to talk to me about anything.
Because we've been doing stuff and you've been distracted.
I've been trying to tell you something because I'm worried about the state of the world.
I just put my hand against your chest and like push you back off the wall.
Aaron takes a few steps back and he like starts to rush up towards you and he grabs your collar. He's like, you know what? The United States knows about this place. This place knows about Earth. They're trying to get to each other and I think a war's gonna break out when they finally figure it out. And you know what? And he pushes you back and he's gonna do his strength check. Yes! He got another 2!
No! Aaron's a little bitch, bro. Can I roll for ick?
Should I get advantage or something?
Yeah, get advantage.
Yes! Because he's angry now.
So you got a 17, and he pushes you backwards, and you'd probably stumble back onto your
hands and knees.
I don't know why I was going to
That's
go with
hot.
How would you say hiney?
That's hot.
You fall
exposing
down.
my balls. Wait, I'm in like one of those gowns that they have at the hospital. So I
hospital gown.
So much funnier.
It really did. It really did. And what was the last thing? Though?
Exposing balls.
No.
Exposing ball.
And you know what? I think a war is going to break out and you don't even seem to care about your own friends.
Well, why did you tell me?
Because I don't think you care about anything anymore. I think you only care about yourself. That's all you've ever cared about. You just want to be the coolest person. You want to be on top of the world. And you know what? You can't. Because nobody can.
I am the coolest person.
He
Thank you
starts
very
to
much.
walk away. I'm done with your banter.
Just watch me then.
And yeah, he's just going to walk away and not look back.
Damn.
And he pushes through some double doors at the end. And they like bang against the wall on the way out. And they bang against each other on the way back.
All right, Gabriel's going to get up, get a packet of like salt, get VCR, walk into his room.
We cut ahead a little while further and Gabriel is in the room that he woke up in and you can see somehow you've like found your stuff because your stuff wasn't already in the room. You're kind of stuffing your clothes into a sack and there's a knock at the door and Dr. Acula's standing there. May I enter?
I'm completely naked right now.
No, you're not.
Why are you checking? I could have been.
What?
Yeah, you can enter.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't come in unless you invite me. So she opens the door and she comes in the room. How are you doing after the procedure? As she kind of enters your room and asks you the question, go ahead and do a perception check for me.
Oh, 5.
Actually, what's your passive perception?
It's like a 14, 15.
Okay. I'm just going to say you don't notice anything aside from she's fiddling with something in her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you seem to be packing. What's
Yeah,
going on?
I'm leaving.
You're leaving. Like, are you going to go sleep with the others? They all are sharing a room.
Oh, yeah, trust me. I know 2 of them are sleeping together.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Are you like a cool teacher? Can I tell you this stuff?
Well, I feel like I've gone beyond the point of teacher at this point, but I guess it's good to know what the troops are up to. Where are you going?
Probably just headed back to the university.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, don't go there. You should definitely stay here. Remember Dr.
No.
Facula, as you've named it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just stay put. Why are you leaving? Why would you go?
There's nothing for me here anymore. You wouldn't understand.
What? No, I mean, there's plenty of stuff.
No. You don't have any
I can
friends.
teach you the spells and...
No, I've already asked
Did
that.
you just say I have no friends?
I haven't heard you ever talk about
It was
anybody.
uncalled for.
Is it true?
I might have not friends here, but that doesn't mean I have no friends at all.
Well, I'm leaving, and there's literally nothing you can do to stop me.
Yes, there is, but I don't want to use force on you.
Oh, you couldn't use force even if you tried.
Are you actually leaving? And
Yes,
like
I'm
you're
going.
like walking out the door.
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
thing.
leaving.
Go ahead and do. So she like slowly pulls her hands out of her pockets, like she's ready to do something.
Show me one reason why I shouldn't leave.
And she kind of looks down at her hand, the thing that she was fiddling with that you couldn't really perceive at first. You see Brock's necklace is in her hand. She's like, this, stuff like this, it's your item. Well, not your item, but it's items. You need these.
I actually do need those. Ooh, I'm so sorry, Dr. Acula. I didn't want to do this to you. Do you know we have vampire legends on Earth?
Yes, and she's like slowly moving her hand, almost like someone that would move it towards like a gun, but she's moving it towards making a spell.
I take the salt packet and I kind of like move it back and forth, kind of get all the salt to
What
the
are you
bottom.
doing? Is that sugar? Is that
No,
salt?
no, it's
What is
salt.
that?
It's salt.
Okay.
One of our legends go, if salt is spilled in your presence, you're kind of forced to count it before you can do anything.
Vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that legend isn't here, so I doubt it would apply. That doesn't make any
Only
sense.
one way to find out, and I rip open the salt packet and just dump it.
Okay, and 1, 2, no, 3, no, hold on, 4, 5, 6. What is going on? And she drops everything and gets down on the floor. Because apparently Michael found some lore that when you drop salt on the ground in front of a vampire, they are compelled to not do anything until they have counted all the grains of salt.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
As Dr. Acula is counting all the salt, gonna bend down, reach into her pocket, and take the necklace. And not put it on, but like put it into my pocket.
You're taking Brock's necklace? Holy fuck. You fucker. Sorry. That's a little too personal.
Leave the doorway, kind of like walk out the hall, and I kind of see like the cave entrance into like the wilderness. I look back on the cave and I remember all of these past 29 episodes, remembering all the good times that I've had with this group, and being like, they're just a bunch of idiots that are gonna get themselves killed. I'm glad I'm gone. And leave.
And Gabriel walks out of the cave.
You motherfucker.
Oh, dang.
And what a crazy ending that was. Whoa.
You left us.
Oh, I'm so
To die.
sad. Finally, something is actually getting done in this podcast.
Wow.
Took us long enough.
Damn, this is the
Yeah,
one where I
it's
left everyone, Garrett.
It's not like Nate puts in a ton of effort for every episode.
No,
And
it's
Melanie-
me doing. I'm
Melanie,
carrying the
Melanie.
entire thing on my back, guys.
Thanks,
all me.
Michael.
Yeah,
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Michael. It's all Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
It was Michael
Thank you,
all along.
Yeah, actually, no thank you to Nate and Melanie.
No,
You guys doing the
Wow,
least
you
amount
are-
of work.
No, we are thankful for everyone here.
Actually,
everyone
by that
puts
logic, I'm doing the most work.
True. And Melanie,
Yes.
why do dragons make such good musicians?
Because they be dragging these balls everywhere.
I like her answer more than whatever you can say.
No, because they love their scales.
Wait, that's not pretty good.
So my name is Michael DiStasi. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next 2 weeks.
Melanie's joke was funny.
Hey guys, my name is Melanie. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate you guys turning it on, listening to us, and whether you are in your car, on your way to work, on your way back to work, on your way to school, on your way in school, on your way out of school, on the playground of school, whatever, please don't listen to this on the playground because there's 18 plus content. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hello, my name is Josh. I played Flynn. And did you know that nutmeg is actually a hallucinogen? So
I think I do knew that.
it is. It is in fact, poison. So don't put too much on your eggnog. Just a little poison.
Just a little poison.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode. We always appreciate it. So you should go leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys are listening to, because that means the world to us. And we'd love to hear what you guys think of the podcast. But thank you guys for listening and see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you guys for watching, listening to this episode. Be sure to remember to do your taxes because that is today, apparently.
When this episode comes out.
Yep, so do your taxes.
already
Or whenever
did
you
mine.
listen to it. It's just also as tax day.
Yeah, get ahead and do your taxes.
And my name is Nate Dietz. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to go grab a friend to listen to the podcast and share all your theories, just like I like to grab my friends to watch Severance with me and share theories with, just like you should go also do that with Severance as well, because we are an official ambassador of Severance. No, we're not. No, we're not.
You wish.
But we are an official ambassador of Scholars and Dragons. So until next time, thank you for listening to Scholars and Dragons.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
and I'll go ahead and push you. And I'm like, just tell me.
Oh, do you want to describe the push more?
I firmly grasp onto your nipples and kind of twist them into a push.
It's sexual.